What's up? What's going on, everybody? Philly Uncensored Sports Podcast is here in the building a little later than normal. And we try to get right into the 60 game, but people have some family stuff to do. As you see, me and Tim, the most dedicated and loyal podcast bulls in all the area. Ethan and Wayne fraud. I don't know what they're doing. But nonetheless, we here. I seen a couple people in the chat. They might have left out. We was taking too long. China Banks, X-Man. China Banks, you're right. That's how I kind of want to start this show, be honest with you. The boy Tobias Harris, he gagged us.
No, he didn't gag. He gagged y'all.
Okay, yes, us referring to me, the Sixers organization, and a lot of Sixers fans who really thought this boy Toby was actually about to do a little something. I'm here to speak for yourself. What's up, MOTC? Tobias is garbage, bro. This boy has, after the trade deadline, he's yet to score. Did he get up to 15 points yet?
No.
Like, I'm irritated, man. I'm irritated. Listen, not saying that Tobias was that bull anyway, but he's supposed to have been bull enough to at least hold down some good games while Joel Embiid is gone when we need him. We had actually several chances to get back into this game. That's what kind of had me irritated. We had several chances to get back in this game. What's up, DB Sports? When we closed the gap, I think it was like at one point like 15 or something like that. Yeah. We had several positions where they missed, and we got great open looks for threes. It was Tobias, Oubre, Batum actually knocked down a couple, but I remember on a couple specific possessions, Tobias, Oubre, Maxey missed shots. Maxey missed one going to the cup. He actually should have shot the floater. He tried to go underneath Lopez. I don't know what. Every time he shoots the floater, it's like a 90% success rate on his floater. Yeah. I'm not sure why he don't use it more. It's still kind of irritating me. Maybe Doc is in the back of his head like, don't shoot the floater. Doc probably was yelling from the sideline today like, don't shoot the floater. So he shell shot because he heard Doc saying it for 2 years. But I don't know why he don't use that more. It definitely needs to be put back in his arsenal more consistently. I think he can score with it. But we had several opportunities to get back in this game. We blew it. Obviously, we don't have B. But go ahead. What's your thoughts? Because I got some more to say about Tobias. This whole show is dedicated to Tobias being trash. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. And this is a fun show because
for you it is. For you it is. Go ahead.
The reason why it's a fun show because I'm glad I'm right. And I don't want to say I told you so. Actually, I do want to say I told you so because I told you. Remember earlier in the season, I said it was fool's gold. I told you like this is fool's gold. I used all them terminologies to describe what Tobias Harris was doing, but then he kept doing it consistently towards the end of the first half. So I'm like, well, if he's going to give us this, I gotta shut up. But as soon as that trade line. The trade deadline passed. He was like, "Oh, cool." It kind of, all right, we good. He called his dad and was like, "Yo, we all right. Don't even worry about it." But here's my problem, and I somebody mentioned earlier: Detroit Pistons. They had a deal on the table for the 76ers. We remember when we needed shooters, and they wanted they were trading Alec Burke and Bogdanovich as a pair, and so. But they said the only way they would discuss it with the Sixers is that we would get Tobias Harris. And Daryl Morey said that's off the table. So we could have had our shooters solidified, like good shooters for Tobias. Now Tobias leaves the 76ers organization at the end of the season with nothing. We get nothing from him. So he just paid out his 5-year deal, and that's it. So that's where we are with Tobias. He was on the last year of a deal. He should have been an asset for any team that's trying to, get out of the cap next year, and we just let him stay with us.
You're right, but two comments I want to address real quick. Charlie M. Maxey was hitting that. I remember early in the season when the season first started, Maxey was hitting that three so consistently, it was almost becoming like the Jordan fadeaway and the Steph Curry three. I said, "Yo, this is an unstoppable move. Go to that move." I don't remember this year. You might be thinking about last year when he missed it a couple times. This year, that floater was very consistent for Maxey. That's one thing. That's what I remember. Two things. The bull RJ. Tim is calling out Morey now. Me and Ethan been calling out Maury years ago. Don't try and give Tim. You might not be giving him props, but don't act like Tim was the only bull calling out Maury. I've been calling out Maury when Tim and Wayne was still acting like Maury was the savior and he was about to do something so spectacular. Tim called him out slightly on the Harden deal. I'm not going to go too much against Tim. But it was a point where me and Ethan was talking about the Halliburton trade and the De'Aaron Fox trade for Sacramento and all that. And Tim kept saying, no, Maury holding pack. You don't want to get pennies on the dollar for betting. That's what you didn't use the phrase pennies on the dollar. And you got to hold pack until you get what you want a superstar.
No, that's Wayne. That was Wayne's phrase, pennies on a dollar.
That was you and Wayne's phrase because I got tired of hearing y'all saying it. It drilled into my head. It was irritating me.
No, give me proof. Outside that, no, you just saying what you're saying.
I'm gonna dig one of y'all young boys who dice with the internet. Y'all go back and y'all find one of them podcasts. Matter of fact, it was probably about 2 podcasts before we got Harden to trade. Y'all might have to go back some years, but Tim and Wayne is on there using the phrase pennies on the dollar. MOTC, you was here. That might have been when you left a little bit, but you came back and you probably remember that Tim was saying that for a long time. But Wayne don't want to be here, Bootzilla. He don't want to be here because he don't want to face the fact that his homie Tobias is trash.
Yeah, that's the only reason why Wayne is not here. Because Wayne he has to accept it. Because he's defending Tobias. He's like, I just don't want to give him up. I'm not going to give him up. So who you want to trade him for?
Yes. Wayne, remember when Jalen Hurts and all that was having some good games? Wayne would surprisingly disappear like a fart in the wind. This is what Wayne does. When Wayne is defeated from his, because Wayne think he Negro Domus. Remember, he's running around calling himself Negro Domus for like 2 years. But Wayne feels he got the ultimate knowledge on something, and that knowledge implodes in front of his very face, he disappeared. Now he going again. That's why I'm calling you out, Wayne. He probably ain't gonna listen to the podcast. He's so
no. I'll put his name in the title too. Wow.
He should. I hope it's in there. I didn't see the title, but I hope it is there.
I'm gonna put it in there when we done.
Wayne, X-Men said,
y'all need to caption this. Give me some titles for that how we can put Wayne suspect with Trey and Tobias. Give me some titles that we could put.
We did. That's what we need. Who asked me? Hold on, who is that? Oh, Master the Crab. MOTC. Why you keep adding to your name? Now it's MOTCN. We're not doing all that. You MOTC. Not the network. But somebody asked how does this affect Golden State? Listen, Golden State actually they in real peak position to make a championship run. If Klay Thompson can wake up and play like Klay, even after the injury, Klay, when he came back right from the Achilles and all that, and they won the finals in 2022. If he wake up, he can go and stay to be serious. We could talk about that a little later. Because Steph Curry cooking right now. He's actually in position to possibly win an MVP award too. If they want to give it to the white boy Luka. But how was that?
A Golden State crackhead, you're gonna offer him you're gonna give him a layup and he's gonna take it.
Listen, X-Men, I'm telling you, Golden State, this is what I was watching. They have the easiest schedule right now for the rest of the year. They actually played they probably lose to Denver today, but they're the hottest team right now in the league.
Stay focused.
The hottest team in the league. But this game irritates me a little bit too, because we had a prime chance, and maybe not necessarily to win the game, but we had some golden opportunities to be in this game down to the bitter end. And you know what happens when you in the game, anything can happen at the end. Especially just coming off a good Cleveland victory. For some reason, we own Cleveland without B. I don't know why, but this is getting kind of funny.
Yeah.
But we had a real good chance to win 2 huge games without Joel Embiid, and this one we dropped the ball. And it wasn't Tobias is trash. Don't get me wrong, but we had even Oubre missed. Remember, Oubre missed like 2 dunks or something in a row at one point.
Yeah, I wanted to kind of address that.
He missed some shots. He missed some threes down the stretch. Go ahead. What you saying?
So, Kelly Oubre, this is probably the worst game.
Buddy Hill was off too. I'm sorry. Go ahead. But I seen that. Yep.
This is probably the worst game that Kelly Oubre played in a Sixers uniform by far. I mean, he set the tone. At one point in the first half, when he came in there, he was a -22. That's how bad he was playing for us. I mean, he came in. I'll just take a little bit of notes. He had an open 3. And then the crowd was ready to explode. Like, he don't hit them key buckets that could take us, that could put us over the edge. Like we was going on a little run, and every time this happened like 3 times. Like you pass it to Oubre, and Oubre can just make the whole crowd explode. And he's not that guy to hit that money shot when we need it. It was kind of frustrating. Then just watching them, our team right now, and I sent y'all a clip yesterday. I said, watch Boston, how unselfish they are. They're all about the win. And I said, if that ball swung, they would drive, then they would kick out a swing, and everybody would just play their part.
Well, we got good movement today. Bulls wasn't hitting shots. Somebody mentioned, I forgot, that's who the other person was that missed the 3. Buddy Hill missed.
Buddy Hill was off.
Dang, a wide open 3. The ball was. This is what I'm saying. I hear what you're saying, but it only looks nice when you make it. The only reason you was able to send that clip about Boston and get all excited was that the Bull Jaylen Brown made the 3 after the 5th pass. We had 5 or 6 passes and we still missed the 3. We got open looks. The ball was moving. We was breaking. But what was Buddy Hill? Buddy Hill had maybe for the year. Go ahead.
It was a lot of solo one-on-one I saw in the game as well.
I started watching the game at the end of the midway to the end of the second quarter, all the way to the end of the game. I saw a lot of passing. We wasn't hitting the shots.
We didn't. And then Batum, and somebody said Batum is washed. And to me, if you can't have Batum.
Batum's the only one who hit 2 threes back to back.
Here's the thing: Batum is a very solid veteran that you want on your team. You don't want him as your starter, though. I'm sorry, you don't want him as your starter.
Oh no, I agree with that. He should come off the bench, but we got. I mean,
remember the other day we couldn't even inbound. He wasn't even supposed to play. We couldn't even inbound the play. Tobias Harris is a veteran, could not inbound and play down the stretch against the Cavaliers. We literally had to bring in Batum just so we could inbound the play. That's what we needed him to play on Friday for.
But Batum, in Batum's defense, he's like a de facto starter because he's not really getting starter minutes. He only got 17 minutes tonight. Oubre got 29. Oubre is really your starter, for real. And Oubre in 29 points, and I agree with Charlie M. He said Oubre be playing goofy sometimes. That's the perfect way to phrase Oubre. 29 points, he had 12 points, 9 rebounds, which is solid, but he was 5 for 15 from the field, 1 for 5 from 3. This was our problem. We shot 34% on 3, which isn't terrible, but I could almost guarantee you we made up some of that percentage with like 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter because all of a sudden garbage time Bulls will just start hitting.
But he hit 2.
Yes, so he hit 3 for 9, so he hit 2. If you take 2 of them away, so he was 1 for what? 1 for 6 or 1 for 7 at one point in the game. So he 1 for 7 through the majority of the game, all the way down to crunch time. That's not going to get the job done. Maxey was 3 for 8. That's okay. I'm not too mad at that. Like I said, Oubre was 1 for 4. Melton actually probably had the best game out of everybody. He was 5 for 12, 41%. He was 4 for 8 from 3. Yeah. But I mean, he should have been playing because he was off so much. He should be the most well-rested person on the whole court. But this game irritated me for that reason. We had opportunities to get back in this game. The Milwaukee Bucks, to me, they're not going nowhere. I'm telling you now.
How you figure? They play well. What did you see that say that they're not going nowhere? Because to me,
if we didn't hit 5 shots, we didn't hit 5 shots. Boston is going to wipe the floor with Milwaukee.
They was up. I think he scored 21 points.
Bruh, listen to me. Boston is going to wipe the floor with Milwaukee. They're not going to stand a chance.
I think they can go 7 games. They're going to be the finalists. That's going to be in the finalists.
Milwaukee? No.
So who's better than Milwaukee besides the Boston?
Milwaukee will struggle with everybody from Miami to us when Joel Embiid comes back, and they're struggling with Cleveland. I don't trust Milwaukee at all. I don't trust the coaching. I don't trust Dame has been up and down this year. He's been playing more down and up as of late.
Dame been out since the All-Star game.
I mean, before that, he was struggling. Before that. Look at the last couple games Dame had before the All-Star break. It wasn't that impressive.
Okay, but look at it now. I mean, they rounding out.
He played against the beatless Sixers, and who they played. Who was the last game they played?
Minnesota, the best team in the league. They the best team. They got the best record in the West.
I mean, as wide open offense, he could score. just wide open. Oh, nobody really plays defense in Minnesota in the West Coast, so he could get that. I agree with you. Guard up and shut up. The Bucks is fool's gold. I agree. Ephraim, he said Melton when he should have been playing. I agree. Money. I agree with that. Melton should have played a little more. I don't know with how they're trying to use him coming back off the injury. I don't know if he's still saying. Or they still, taking it slow with him so he doesn't re-injure himself. But I thought he should have played more. I agree.
Melton is so streaky. I mean, I can't.
Dame play like garbage. I didn't see that. He said, "Dame, I'm hearing Dame play like garbage against Milwaukee." Tim.
He is with Milwaukee.
I mean, against Minnesota. Let me see. Dame Lillard stats. Tim. Dame was 21.8 for 23. That's trash.
But he was
he did have 9 rebounds and 10 assists. I give him that, but that's not good. That's not good. I don't like that. Tim, that's your man's.
Yep. So right now, if you get what you have,
the game before that, Memphis, he was 7 for 21, 24 points. Not good. The game before that, Miami, 16.5 for 14. The game before that, Denver, 18.6 for 15. The game before that, Charlotte, which is a trash team, was his best game. He was 9 for 18, 50%, 26 points. Like I said, I'm not believing it. I like Dame, but I just don't. He's not playing well. Giannis is a beast underneath, but he still can't shoot. Playoff time, you start building that wall against Giannis, he's gonna fall apart like a cheap crumble cookie. That's all I'm saying.
I still think it's gonna be the between the Boston Celtics and the Milwaukee Bucks. That's if we don't make a little run.
Dame played out. X-Men said Dame played out in the fourth quarter versus
I just said he played all right in the fourth quarter. He brought him home.
So you think would you think Forrest stinking it up to the playoffs and then coming through in the fourth quarter against like Boston or even Miami, Jimmy Butler?
They're not even playing with Middleton right now.
Who's my charger at? I need a charger. Somebody give me a charger.
Another thing that went on in the game that kind of messes up is Paul Reed. Paul Reed was playing well, but he was taking shots that all the shots that Doc wouldn't let him take, he was purposely taking them during the game just so he could rub it in Doc's face. But what was hurting us more than anything was Paul Reed was getting lost with Portis. Bobby Portis had a phenomenal first half. He had a phenomenal first half. Mm-hmm. But what happened was, and that was because Paul Reed was just slightly slow on all the jump outs from him. So he was just knocking down 3 after 3 after 3. That kind of got us into a big hole too the first half. So
is Dame not playing well? I got to look at Dame's stats. Did he start not playing well when Doc showed up? Because I remember he started off slow. He started off the season slow, and I was being critical of Dame. But it may have been like 4 games or something like that. It wasn't nothing crazy. And then he started getting his rhythm going. But now all of a sudden, you telling me again he's playing bad? Like I'm looking at the stats and it's not adding up. So is this the Doc effect? Is that? When we going to come to this conclusion that Doc might be stifling his game?
As they won their last 2 games, first of all, Dame has actually been coming around. And during the broadcast, they mentioned that he won the All-Star MVP.
That's not the right one. Go ahead. I'm sorry. That's not the right one. I need a charger. My fault.
You do got a mute button, by the way. Don't feel free to use it.
They're getting behind. This is live. This is beyond the third wall. They're getting live and uncut. How it go down sometimes. But go ahead. What you say? Dame is playing trash because Doc is there. Is that what you said?
I didn't say that at all. I said Doc came into Philadelphia. He got his revenge, and he was like, "Okay." They smoked him by 20. They also booed him. They booed him, and the crowd actually booed him.
Good. Let us down.
The crazy thing is, y'all don't boo Morey. Morey is the real culprit out of this whole thing.
No. Let's not know y'all nothing.
Y'all love Morey. Y'all love Daryl Morey.
You and Wayne? You and Wayne was the one off.
You was giving them props. I gotta give him props with this whole Buddy Hill trade. Like this was the best thing he ever did.
Yeah. It was. They still don't let him off the hook, but I'm gonna
let him off the hook.
No, if you make a good move, I can say, I can appreciate what you did because we did need some shooting, even though Buddy Hill sold us out today. But Buddy Hill is 41% 3-point shooter. So, I mean, that's a great move. It irritated me. He had a couple good games for us where he actually helped win some games while B was going. And I think if B comes back, he's even going to be better. But I'm not going to not give him props for making a good move. But Hill got a what you say? X-Men said the Hill move was mid. If Hill play like he played, and I told y'all he wasn't going to play that good consistently. But if he gives us some games here and there where he bombs away from three and hits 50% from three and all that kind of stuff like that, that's the type of Buddy Hill we could work with. All right, I got my charger. Let me get active real quick. Because when I gotta go off on y'all, I want my computer shutting down.
Oh, here we go. It was to me the game was decided. Oubre and Tobias Harris' hands was all over this game. If I'm blaming somebody, Kelly Oubre played terrible.
Oh, okay. Tim, I like that comment because I hear what you're saying. We gotta come back. Slow-mo bias said slow bias Harris said he showed the receipts on the Jalen Carter posting 49 players' kids. Did you see that did he post that on our Instagram page? Because he came back. Slow bias Harris came back with receipts. I appreciate receipts. Receipts ain't never. So TMZ Tim, you were supposed to be the one who's reporting reliable, accurate information, and now Slow bias Harris is telling us now he's come back full force.
Show the receipts.
I dig that about you, so bias Harris. I'm talking about a man who comes back with the receipts. That's gangster.
We didn't see it, so until I see it,
okay,
that's fraudulent.
Okay.
Ooh, Maxey overrated.
Hey. Thank you, X-Man. Tell Matt MOTC slow down. A beast underneath is not pause. Beast underneath mean he a monster. That's you going too far with the pause. See, you gotta remember we going too far with the pause movement. The pause movement is only with somebody legit. We can't just conjure up something. See, some of our minds a little bit more twisted.
Yeah, the MOTC mind is just so warped.
Your mind. You might do some damage to yourself by the entertainment that you decide to watch. But if I say a beast underneath, that's not a pause-worthy moment. X-Man corrected you and stay corrected. He was right. Slow down, you're doing too much. You're doing too much. But getting back to the Sixers, let me ask you this. Have we got any updates on Joel Embiid? Because we desperately need him to come back. Is there any updates on him? Talk to me.
Yeah, he brought his son to the game today.
Okay, that's the update I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Do we get any update with him and a possible return? His healing process. I know he had the surgery and all that good stuff. What we looking like?
They said if he comes back, it'll be pretty much mid-March that he'll be back. If he comes back, he's gonna be reevaluated in a couple of weeks. But they're looking at mid-March if he was to come back. So
mid-March. That's what 3-4 weeks away. That's very hopeful. By that time we be in the fifth or sixth seed, we could work our way back up.
See, right now
we're in the fifth seed right now.
Yeah, we'll be in the play.
Hold up, yo, Ephraim as Ethan, he liked the post. Oh, he said Ethan liked the post too. Interesting, Tim. You might be. TMZ Tim, he might have get turned slow bias Harris.
Good.
I mean, he might be that new dude now to give us all the reliable information that we need. That gossip section.
Here's what we know: the boy Jalen Carter. First of all, if we're gonna talk about quick Eagles, whatever it was, the boy was that offensive lineman was a sucker dude for even to mention about something that's a reality that he lost his teammate. A college teammate who actually died in an auto accident, and to make a joke about it on the field, and then all of a sudden, you know what kind of stuff they talk about on the field, how they be saying, "I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna knock you out," and everything. That's football. Anybody that ever played football, they know that's football. The reality was he was literally in a deadly accident that he lost. That two people from Georgia University died, and that was the joke that he wanted to make.
That's too much. I agree. I mean, even coming at somebody's kids is too much and all that, but you actually talking about somebody who's deceased. That's a little bit. That's almost wicked.
Yeah.
That's hovering around wickedness when you start coming at somebody who's deceased. So that's a shame. I mean, Tobias Harris. I mean, they see me talk about it. I mean, if they heard about the whole Jalen Carter thing and posting the board kids and all that kind of stuff like that, I still don't think that that's right for you to talk about somebody did. Even if somebody did post a picture of your kids, did he say anything about the kids, or he just post a picture? Like, did he say, "I hope your kids die slow"? You know what I mean? My 4-4, make sure all your kids don't grow. Was he talking like Tupac type time about the kids, or did he just post a picture?
Nah, he was full of crap. You already saw what he did to his own teammate.
What did he do to his own teammate?
He blamed his own teammate for them losing the Super Bowl.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, the same offensive lineman. He blamed his own teammate, and his teammate was like, "Yo, Dad, my bad. I'm sorry," like, because he missed the block. And he's like, "Yo, I was tired and I was drunk," and he tried to apologize to the bull online. So that's cool.
Interesting. Okay, well, TMZ Tim is back with a vengeance. Slow-mo bias. TMZ Tim has more ammo to throw at the Tim is all over this stuff. I'm telling you now. Every morning he gives us a full detailed report of everything that happens.
Really? That's what
I do. But all that being said, who we play next? Because we need to.
We ain't winning. We play Boston on Tuesday.
Boston, bro. So. Boston just smacked down. They smacked down a couple cats. They just beat the Knicks senseless.
Yeah.
And somebody before that too, I think, caught some work. Who was that? I can't remember who it was. They've been Boston.
Yeah, Boston got the Nets coach fired. They beat them by 50.
Yeah, they dug in right now, man. Yeah.
So,
Boston dug in. Only team that could beat Boston right now is probably Golden State. Golden State Warriors, Steph Curry and them. Only team that could do it.
Yeah, and I don't even think that's even.
They did this year. Remember they beat them this year. So y'all forgetting. I'm telling you, when Curry and Clay cooking, especially when Curry doing his thing, they almost unstoppable.
Clay's not. Clay ain't even hot like that right now.
That's the problem. Clay get locked back in. It's over. It's over. But Boston is looking kind of scary. Steph is Boston's kryptonite. Thank you. I agree with that, MOTC. He is. Steph will single-handedly dethrone Boston. That's why they went and got the young Jayden Springer. As soon as they saw Jayden Springer playing that defense on Curry, they said, "No, what y'all want?" They would have probably gave us another
smart
for the Bulls.
That was smart, though. That was very smart, and that's what I'm saying. We should have kept him in case we had to meet up with Golden State, like hypothetically, if they actually got out the West. That might be a nice look. I mean, to give him up like that, because they got defenders. If you saw Jaylen Brown, he was dug in yesterday. You got him, and because they didn't even need Tatum to get off yesterday. They didn't need.
I mean, that's the thing with having 3-level scorers the way they do with Porzingis and Brown and whatchamacallit. I mean, that's what Tobias Harris was supposed to do. This is why Tobias Harris is so irritating, because he showed us that he about to do it. Got 25. What did he get? 25, 24, 30. He was dropping all these big time games, and now to be. And that's what I'm saying. That's corny, because to average what he's been averaging and then playing how he played before the All-Star break, to start doing this, it almost seems intentional. Like it's irritating, because it almost seems like, I can ball, but now I'm really not going to ball.
No,
that's kind of irritating.
I don't want to get traded. He was playing like his life was dependent on it.
That's what I'm saying. You should always, with the AI say, Bubba Chuck laid down the path for every athlete's mindset. I'll play every game.
That was my last.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying. That should be your mindset, guaranteed. You ready? All right. My wife says she's ready. We got to get ready to wrap it up. I told her I wasn't going to be long.
All right, now that's cool. We just wanted to come in here.
Background.
We just want to come in. What you say it again?
She throwing up gang signs in the background. But listen, X-Men real fast. I'm telling you right now, Golden State is on the move, bro. Golden State is on. I'm just hoping Sixers get it together and meet them there. But they don't be shocked if you see Golden State in the finals. Steph Curry is playing lights out right now. Do y'all realize? Let me give y'all a Steph Curry stat. That's real surprising. Steph Curry has the lead. He's the number one offensive weapon with the least amount of free throws in NBA history. He's the only person to average only 30, and for a whole month, for continuous months, and shoot less than 5 free throws a game. That's crazy. Crazy.
That's
if Steph Curry got the fouls calls, he should call. He average almost 40 points a game, and that's what they don't.
Absolutely not. All right, y'all. Like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. We're gonna catch y'all on the next podcast. We'll be back Tuesday. We'll be playing Boston Celtics in a wrap.
Yeah, it's gonna be ugly, y'all. Hold tight.
All right,
we'll get big man coming back. Deuces.